right?
Oh, the person answer. All right, let's go. Okay, you know. Check. Welcome to another episode of Ignorance Undefeated podcast. I'm one of your hosts, the Edimelo, alongside Father Bash.
One man, one seller.
And the great one, J Tobin.
Yo.
And of course, we have a box of egg last week. We made a box of bread.
The beer loaf last week. Yeah, exactly.
Pun intended. Yo, fellas, we're here again. Now excited about our business because for the last 2 years, how we do this, yeah. Nobody tell her every time I ask her, we're going nothing about our business, but I live the perfect life, you know. I the happy, in charge, I the head of our household. Man, they can't tell her what to do. So yeah, some of the new facts I want to go on because I the gods into this. I'm set my old fan. I the gods into this, you know. I the emperors in our own castle. Spartan rulers.
What takes place right now, please?
Somebody explain to you
what takes place right now?
My intro.
Big yeah, praises.
Hello,
Give me boys and then them praises. But me give me boys and then them praises. You're key to this. You understand? Nobody can talk to her anyhow why I violate them on the street if they violate or disrespect her. Because man, we're thugs. Undefeated podcast this year. You understand? That's who I be. That's who I represent. I understand for ignorance because I understand that ignorance just not me. Liberty and wisdom, like what says the Kalanchi say. You understand? Good?
You done?
Yo, this was something, boy.
Really inspiring comments.
Yo, you are know. Let me ask you a question, bro. Let me ask you a question. Big man thing. Before I start and get into these topics, let me ask you a question. That's why I say, more I believe every man here know their strengths and their weakness, I would assume, correct?
I would assume. Okay,
I think everybody are more self-aware then.
Yeah, well, I guess the more prominent ones stand out, so if you know those at least.
All right, cool. Let's say somebody just randomly just start trouble you out of the blue. Somebody that you don't think that.
Well, when it's a trouble, I mean, we can't get this trouble thing clear. When it's a trouble,
fair. Let's say a girl just start trouble you randomly out of the blue.
Oh, okay.
You know, see them in that light. And sometimes the sun can blindside you. I'm not talking about myself personally, it's a child reference, right?
Yeah, sure.
But something that I see happen, or something that was explained to me, somebody said, I'm asking massive in that. Would you think it's a case where, would you be paranoid about the situation? Do you think that person have, like, ulterior motives then? Like, then you don't think their feeling is sincere? It just come from some. Because maybe, let's say somebody you interact with for maybe like almost 3-4 years. And that interaction never, how we can put them? Yes, but under the worst. Just one, boom, bam, heal up, whatever the case may be, smart, I keep pushing. You understand? And then one day that person just randomly just, like, drop on bombshell and you're like, yo, my number, I like to see you, whatever the case may be. How I did it here? Would you take it as they done the beginning from a paranoid perspective? And then don't think about it, but just feel like last week, I'm going to talk about genuine love and find love on the show. I say that could it be a situation where the person has decided to go out to the box and just genuinely express themselves to that person. But because me so paranoid, me just take everything as, who sent you pass? You understand? So now the person I think as who sent you, and now me reflect when I'm thinking, maybe we should just tell the person, see where it goes. Got two persons single. You understand?
But what makes you paranoid though?
What makes you paranoid?
You.
This industry do a lot to me, right? Music industry did a lot to me, right? In terms of for me mental state, right? That when I see life as black and white, as straightforward as people see life, bro. Sometimes we see life, you see everybody looks at black and white, sometimes we see life red and green and lower so down. You understand? You know, sometimes I say you see behind the curtain, you wish you never see behind the curtain. Yeah, as a whole, me see behind the curtain. So no, it's like everything is just like 100% like if somebody just randomly walk up to me and talk to me like, yo, what your motive? You understand? Even sometimes just hold a friendly conversation or something, but we just think, yo, motherfucker, me answer the question.
I don't think that
the question from me from us.
I don't think that the fact that you and someone has been quote unquote like now it's a friends because based on what you're saying I'm really friends like I hit more hail up on WhatsApp.
Whoa, and Edimelo.
No, I talk to you, brother. Me talk general.
You say you, so
the program.
I said based on what you are saying, it seems like it's
yeah, my guy will put on the hypothetical.
No, me never say you. Me just say based on what you say and you tell me.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Facts. Yeah,
so me say like I don't think that the fact that you have like okay, let's say a platonic relationship, like hey, what's up? Everything good, whatever, man. That doesn't mean that the person they generally like you from day one. But maybe they just didn't have the courage to tell you about it then. So maybe it took after the years of friendship, they finally, mustered the courage based on the level of interaction that you've had over the years. They feel like, okay, no, I'm good time. I'm gonna tell you what I want. And maybe based on the situation that you were in when they first met you. Maybe you're in a relationship. It could be so many things. Maybe they were in a relationship. It could be, you have to consider the kind of factors. Not necessarily mean that they have an ulterior motive. Not saying they don't, but not because somebody come and tell you out of the blue, as they say, because out of the blue is out of the blue, but your people know. You understand? We go to right now, not you, Mellow, but not you. But if anybody go right now, you go on Feta or club or something, and you see somebody say, "Wow, the person is nice," boy, I approach them. That's out of the blue. You understand? So.
And again, sometimes people can watch you now too. Go ahead,
yeah, I don't think that is weird. I don't think that is me personally. I don't think that it's weird. May know where them one thing, but me personally, I really think that is weird.
But they try to get the great author of how to get plenty girls in one day. So yeah, some snippets from his book and his life story for comment on the situation. But the boy is quiet tonight. No one knows. Every time I say something, you are the only one that responds. So everybody know you are with about.
Well, everybody except me, because me don't know who I'm here talk about.
Yo, but me ask you, what you think? So you don't think? Okay, do you think I'm right to be paranoid about the situation? I mean, I don't say right, but do you think we shouldn't just not like make he as paranoid or she as paranoid? I should say because of the situation.
Well, I mean, I can't tell you not to be paranoid because you know what is contributing to you being paranoid, or maybe if you're scared or what have you, whatever trauma you would experience make you paranoid. So I can't tell you not
to deal with trauma, boss. So you try. Talk man, be now. I just give you one bash and jet and what you call it? What the clown they go change something to Two-Face now. that guy, boss. McGee all the praises and call like emperors and kings. You can tell me about trauma. Bad man, not trauma, boss.
I mean, well, you're talking about, that's with us. But we're talking now about your interaction with female. So that don't mean that, the interaction is on the same level.
Yo, boss, this boy is disrespectful no one boy. What a wicked. It's so easily just chop that little face and say, yo, all that and just go to the side and just finish my conversation, but
that's just a general.
Yo, what me do you? Oh, hold on. What me do you? What me do you? Big man thing. What me do you? Me post one situation in the group and you bash me for something that under me. What me do you, boss? Explain. I'll tell the people now what me do you.
What I'm saying, we heard you say that you're just giving a hypothetical and this is not about you. So that is the premise that I'm answering. Oh well, that slip of the tongue, no fault of the mind.
Yo, pause that, bro. When you talk about me, the slip no tongue, brother. What do I, bro? Keep your tongue in your head, boss. What do you pause?
Let's see how we might have this thing,
No, let me hear about us, Jack. Mute you, Jack. Can you walk this to us? Go ahead, the joke, man. Go ahead.
No, me just say, but you know, I mean, because I don't know what. Okay, so what good does the paranoia serve? As far as I'm concerned, if anything good was supposed to come out of that interaction, and the person, stepped to you, for you, paranoia just kind of just kill the whole vibe.
Facts.
And
that's
so
what
you
I'm
can be kind of robbing yourself. Because to me, if somebody has ulterior motives, and when we say it's the person have ulterior motives, like what level of ulterior motive are we talking about? Like, give me an example of like ulterior motive. I'm not sure if it's shared one before.
No. To be honest, I don't know. Me just think all kind of negative. Me just think sometimes, because for me, okay. At the end of the day, somebody don't know the goal. Yeah, boom, bam, right? But for me, where I think my paranoia come in is like, it's like nobody perfect, right? I want the worst thing. Like my hearing pastor said one time. One of the things that Christians pray for the most, Christians with kids pray for the most, is that their children have one very boring testimony, which means that they want the children to grow up, then go face whatever little struggles and hurts they face, but no hardship. You understand? They have the perfect life, find the way to God, and then they live their life, and then all are good, right?
Yeah.
For me, when it comes to somebody, when they talk to somebody, sometimes that's what I expect them to be like. Yo, if you ever talk, and I'm just talking from my personal experience, I'll get to a point, and if things don't go as well as she should go, one of my biggest fears like, yo, your whole business go on Front Street. Now, that mind the business, I ain't think I'm here care about because I know that me don't hear myself ready, but you just don't want them to come. Sometimes even it might be a lie, but just because of you, everybody know you're the person affiliated, that's something that can happen, right? So that's sometimes one of me paranoid is that, and the fear that you are now being a good person is the fear that I'm very self-aware. I mean, at some point in this whole transaction, yeah, they can piss you off so much to the point that I'm sure you want to cut off my head, boss. Granted, you might not do it, but it might trigger you to put everything. It might trigger you to take up the phone and come on Instagram Live or Facebook Live and I say, let me just hear all this dirty, nasty ranking.
But then why would you get so far? Why would you get so far into a relationship with somebody like that? That they have to show their colors.
But Bashi sometimes you don't know, and that's where my paranoia come from.
Because
you only see the bad time. You sometimes only see the bad time until in the end.
You don't know about that. See the bad time from the beginning, but make you can't see nothing else.
You can't have bullshit, man.
You see, I'm from the beginning, man. Trust me.
Listen, I think some kind of sign up with them, man. You can't wait. Something has to be there.
Women want to make us men out as dense and, fool and study what go on and just led by their fallacies. But me don't believe in that. We believe that man, at least maybe me speak for myself, but I believe that men can be intuitive. I believe that men can be very observant and pick up these signs. And if we're honest with ourselves, we notice them, but we just choose to ignore them because we figure that the price of what we're experiencing, is more, compelling at the time, I believe.
Yeah, but sometimes you can see all of that, right? And still go through on the mission in the back of your mind knowing that you're not going no further than the mission. You understand? So
then there's that as well.
If you already know that you're not going no further than the mission, then when the mission over, it just comes.
Correct. So that's an easy situation. I'm not speaking from that standpoint. I'm speaking from the standpoint of, you're two-person single, or something that they can explore. I'm just saying, I think my biases were projected on that individual. I'm going to think, bringing it to the masses, I just think that I think it was unfair for me to push that bias upon that person because of the lifestyle.
What make it unfair?
Because the person don't live the same lifestyle that I've lived. I've never seen the things that I've seen. So now you're open to one certain situation where they might react in a certain type of way. I don't know.
me take a different point of view in that we don't necessarily see it as unfair because everybody can be who they are based on their experiences, and their actions and reactions will be based on their experiences. Now, whether we like it or not, that gives us inert biases by which we make our decisions, right? Somebody, some people, for whatever reason, they like too much melanin. Some people like more melanin, right? There have been things in our environments that have shaped us into who we are. And because of those things, we build up defenses, we build up tolerances. Um, we have a certain level of guard, a certain level of trust and distrust. But I don't think it's necessary unfair because you have a defense. Me personally think if somebody really that interested, they will recognize and observe your hesitance and your defense and be willing to say, hey, me go extra mile for prove that, me not just a stereotypical person, me not a person who you think maybe I'm gonna show you that, me can roll with you, me can go through the trenches with you. Me think it unfair. Who you be just on circumstance, your situation. And nobody necessarily make it so.
Sorry for cut you, go ahead.
That's just how me see it. That's from my view.
Yo, that's a man with a good heart right there, boy. Listening to what he just said, that's a man with a good heart right there. So, I'm gonna take my hat. So I'm not buying a hat, but I'm not buying one of them tip up 2 bars.
That's a married man. You better watch him more. He talk from that perspective.
Yeah.
J
Sound
don't.
like a what? Let's smell out.
J
Sound like a
don't.
what? Let's smell out back.
This week go watch somebody.
You
You in the top corner up there. Just cool. You
J don't.
so you doesn't watch. You talk about for the man. They talk about for the man that over. Wait, the man that over so bad. Because when you talk for that person, the person that over, we can't talk for the one that up there. You understand?
No, but the man, me rate up everything that the man said just now. The man sound
No,
good.
point. For real.
Man, pan the bar.
The yo, Bash, that impossible 1 hour. I'll give you slide it on there.
Ball.
Why?
Yeah, pause that, bro. Pause that. Yeah. But honestly, you see, the beauty about life is, you understand, is that it's 2 sides. Because as much as he valid in everything that he has said just now, who are you to stop the brain from going on the path that the brain wants to take?
You the one that have yourself. Yo, me need to get sure you tell a man fear drama and fear this and fear that.
Oh no, that's the thing. I've never told the person, and I'm even a dude. Let's be real, and I'll do it. And I'm a woman. It's a hypothetical. Let's be clear.
Huh?
So this person does not exist.
And I'm man and a woman.
It's a hypothetical.
Oh,
so this person does not exist.
I hit that.
Alien boss. No, but big man thing. A big man thing. I would never ever. I can't explain what I went through to nobody, right? I can't explain that to that person. So I would never go and be like, yo, this one me go through and yada. When they come to me the situation, I was like, yo, if that didn't happen to me, this is how me to look. You understand? Only when you're gone, maybe like a good 3, 4, 5 minutes into the conversation, you click that, okay, maybe that question, and that's a random question. Because for me personally, when the person asked me the question, I thought it was a good topic. So as of lately, since I do this, and people will see you and they will give a random question. Hey, let me ask you this question. People that watch, that people that know us would ask, ask this. So I thought it was just a general conversation. Something I can gauge and see when people react, and I realize, oh shit, this might be an actual situation. You understand? So in our case, when we just go, I just say, I just stated my piece. They never prolong, then be like, like how J gonna ask me like a CID or something. You understand? Ask me a kind of follow question. They never do all of that. So no, that's why I'm saying, let me ask the masses and let me see what I want. But you see me.
Nothing wrong with that.
But that's what I say as well too, because for me, you know, when even go through the process of finding out who the person be, you know, in my mind, me talk about. When I
This is
say
what
if
I'm
that
trying to
was
say.
supposed to happen to me, when even find out the process of who the person be, what they likes, dislikes, then get to know, okay, if this will make sense for pursue or not. We don't jump to the end
Yeah,
on the
that's what
negative
I say.
part as well too.
That's what
So
I say.
when he say what he say, you
Approach.
understand?
Yeah, that's why
Repeat
I
that
said
back.
that. I didn't really agree. No, I was saying that's why I said that. I didn't really agree with your approach in terms
But
of, because as I said earlier, you never know. Like somebody can genuinely mean like you from the start, but for whatever reason they chose not to reveal that. You check, but no, then just realize, then get the courage, And yeah, it might seem weird because you and this person in the past one another for years, whatever, as you say, I say, well, go on, whatever, boom, boom, boom. But if somebody would approach me and tell me that situation, I mean, tell them, well, yeah, I mean, it might seem weird, but then, have a conversation with the person. You understand? See, ask them, like, how long have you felt this way, etc., 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 and then stop
but
and see what going.
say one thing, I think the situation still require a level of discernment because you never say that you need even give the person one chance for get to know them and all of that. The truth is, the average person don't really want to even go through that ordeal unless the chances are highly likely that it's going to develop into something. So sometimes you need some discernment out the gate too, to even if you need to even invest put any energy at all into that, it just be a waste of time up front.
Can be wasting time to talk to somebody and see what they mind.
You know what? No, I'm not talking about an initial conversation. I'm
Oh,
talking about, if this person talk to you and, whatever, and you all, have a follow-up conversation or a second meeting or whatever, and you pursuing any kind of possibility of
yeah, this is what I
relationship.
say, but it definitely needs, all I say, it needs a follow-up conversation. So when you have that follow-up conversation and you get a gauge as to where this person's mind is at, as you're saying, as you rightly said, then you can determine
So
whether or not you want to put the energy in it.
let me ask you a question. So I think you can mention it. So what if initially you are really not interested in the person, you're not attracted to the person? I don't want to, break it
I
down too
get
much.
you.
Just
Yeah, I
generally
get
saying
you.
that you're not attracted to the person.
Well, if I know if I let them down
Do you
easy.
still owe it? Do you still owe it to the person, to the possibility of something, to still entertain the person to some degree and see if
No.
you get to like them?
Tell you, I appreciate the thing, but me I'm a man.
Is
Conversation,
that,
conversation done. Yo, my woman.
suppose you're not a woman.
I'm a woman. But I mean, suppose we're a woman. Tell you I'm a woman.
Yo, Bash. Let me share
Some
some,
ask me a
right? Let me
question.
learn.
In your experience, huh? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jeto. Go ahead.
No. I pull back that question. Push back that one in the pack. I might revisit it. Yeah.
No, what I can say, right? Let me share a fact. Like, you know, you just hear stories of men lying, saying that, yo, when they meet a girl and a girl that they want, they will lie and say, oh, they have a woman, but you find out they have a woman. Like, girl will find out they have a woman.
Yeah, I hear them stories
You
all the
know,
time.
I've never taken the path of saying I don't have a woman. I've always, even sometimes when I'm single, bro, I always take the path of I have a woman, bro. Because,
I've done.
guy, sometimes we just can't be, bro.
Yeah, man. Sometimes me do, but me don't. I have already gone. Yo, when I have woman, me say, yo, me not know woman. Understand?
I would have a woman, you say, woman.
I when my woman, my woman. I when my woman, I say my single. Like I do everything. How long they make trouble?
No, but no, come on. I mean, again,
So and I
you
went
speak to somebody
for
have
young
seen.
days. Yeah, for young days, come right up. So I mean, you share put them in a fair life. You never, since you're young, teenager, so you never say that you have a woman. You never like, okay, say like this.
Hana woman, say Hana woman.
Remember me see you. Remember I was like, remember me be right hand to majority your hunting years. So hold on, so let me say, no, say that, listen, I'm not going into detail. Say that, listen. The kind of guapo that you be compared to me, I've never had those experiences. So my experience has been very few. Saying I have to say, me never in the bracket with Mr. Handsome like the two of you and Mr. Gallis like the two of you. You understand? So I've always been in a hole somewhere. Pause. So the experiences that you guys have had, and again, Missy Bash, you shoot it like Missy Bash when you sniping days when you
Tabo asthma.
Yeah, the man how on good heart. And you hear the comment the man make just now. Man, how good, yeah. And the man drive race car so. You know, I try to smut up the man name fire.
No, never would do that. And I do nothing. That's what I'm saying. More respect you because the life of the man respect you.
Race go as.
Race get postponed due to heat. First time due to rain,
okay.
Second time due to heat.
I understand. Talking about that, right? You know, right? I'll go into that topic now, but just because I said that, particular female, and she say, let me tell you, yo, if me talk to you, and you talk to the next man, right? And me realize you talk to the next man, you give it to her the same amount of shine, because she say, oh, she try to choose between two. I'm tell you, yo, me cut. You check what I say? Me make a job easy, I'm a cut. No, she say that though.
Easy. She didn't know competition.
So, okay, all right. We just got that competition, but she said, "Oh, you choose."
You can't say that. You can't say that. Everybody do agree because.
No, me never say everybody agree.
I learn for the best snipers of them in the world. You understand? I learn for the best snipers of them in the world.
No, me just say. So when I told her that, someone just say, "What I think about that?" Cause she say.
Always been my mantra. Always. I'm gonna make it easy for you. Go if you have the two hours, you have to figure out go over there, figure out over there. If over there in the field too cracking, and Matilda busy over there, again forward back over there. Then maybe find out who over there be no. Cause if me find out who over there be, I mean I think over there up to par no. You can't come back over there.
But what's your bigger judgment? No, what's your bigger judgment? No. So she say, okay, all right. So what if you a trouble? As in she said,
you see, watch, hold on. You see what? No, hold on, no finish that. You see what Al something say right there? So just assume the next question you're gonna ask that to have a different, right?
No, you see, but that's my tell you, yo, make sure you know, yo, life not fair. Life is unfair.
Wait, what she say? What if you are trouble one another?
If the situation was reversed, like so me and I trouble, me try to choose between she and next girl, and she decided to do what me do, and cut. What me they think?
Well, you see, I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, if that's a prerogative, then I mean that's a prerogative. You understand?
Yo, you see all the why they
no, me bad mind. So she not a prerogative.
Hold on, let me put the two of them in the place.
What am I trying to say?
She not a prerogative with that.
You can't hold she against she will.
No going away, man. You have a top there. Let me decide. Life and
I would want to display too, but me just to say. If you're gonna put it in my like if the first scenario that you like me say, for me, if me hear about any kind of inkling or any kind of competition day, whatever, me bow out that. Me not no problem. That is how I have always been. So me really just bow out to the situation and that's that. Me in no competition and
hold on. The two are mute.
Is that being insecure? Is that being insecure?
No, hold. Don't go too far yet. Don't go to the insecure part yet. I want to draw out some first. As
Yo.
This time here I go because me want you to clarify me go crazy. Because remember you're the vice reason. You're the better one. Yo, you realize that two hypocrite boss. That man sit down and have a conversation. No. The two of them know about it. Them trouble two woman who know would go, who never go away.
It was
how that hypocrite again?
I guess they're very honest. Is one thing.
But you just said it while the girl can't go away. The girl can't
yeah,
now
no,
You never said you can't gonna win up.
No,
Me
but you
said-
just said
I
You
said-
can't gonna win.
I
He
said
said
that.
you want you were gonna win. Because I mean, who
okay, hold
wants?
on. You two just said that. If the girl is talking too much, alright, cool. Right?
Expeditiously.
Yeah.
With immediate effect.
Saying do that.
What with?
Saying do that.
But here the two man of them know. If me trouble to woman, well, why I do trouble to woman?
No, I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying.
It's all like you can do now.
No.
Me can
If
do.
that
Me
was-
can do. Me can do. Me can do. No, you check.
No,
Because
me not
me now,
that,
J-Tover can't do it because J-Tover is not on the market. So me as the man that later, so me say, man trouble multiple women at the same time. As can't
True.
tap, J-Tover can't
True.
tap, maybe you can't tap. Me know what you can say and not can
Okay,
say.
so what I would say is, I believe, it is my belief that as a single man, you have the right to trouble multiple females. Because, I mean, how else you go meet people and know what for you, what not for you, where like, where don't like. You
But she
can't
said the
find out
same
all
thing,
of that
J-Tover.
for one girl you're trouble.
She said the
But
same thing to
that's
you,
what you
J-Tover.
want to see. You understand? One mouth and toes, one single mouth.
Wait, J-Tover, don't get me wrong, because I am in full support of what
Yo,
you're
we're
saying,
gonna
my
mute
God.
up, We're gonna mute up.
I am in full support of what you're saying. You understand what I'm saying? But the female is bad minded. She say about mama tell my affection, yo, so life go. Life bad minded. Yeah, one go for one, go for two. You understand? We go for Peter, go for Paul. You do what I say, not what I do.
Theoretically, but to
He's
me,
a different boy.
it
You
just
ready, you know?
it's different.
Oh, I see. Okay, as again, next perspective, no, as the escort.
Honestly,
So,
me,
yes,
me,
yes.
you know. This is me. If me a trouble, whoever me a trouble, 1, 2, 3, 4, more, wherever,
Mercy.
right?
What?
Where we be,
When
right?
me tell her I snipers my lord for man, they can joke me and make no. I love go on. When me did talk earlier, I talk about I kind of something more shine more than that. I get here now. Listen to the
Well,
boss.
When me see it, what I do is my prerogative, and what you do is your prerogative. So if while me I do what me do and me realize, hey, somebody in the picture, and me say, hey, you know what? You go for way, me go for me way. If you decide that you want to continue pursue, that's fine. Me ain't got a problem. You can continue pursue, but me don't state the facts of the situation. If flip and this person say, hey, you got all the things that go on. Me say, well, you can make a decision now. You can go for your way, or you can stay in the mix because it's a multiple choice question. You don't know which answer I'm going to choose.
All of the above. When in doubt, all of the above.
That man crazy, bro. I don't understand. Something wrong with that mentally, bro. Yo, as me look for the man for help, because while advice is reason, bro. The man come with this bull crap, man. Yo, you cold, bro.
We believe in true equality.
Tree?
Yo,
If you not ask me a question, me not ask no questions, you know. Like.
Man for trouble. Yeah, but see, you know, realize you see a lion and plenty lioness. You ever see one lion? You ever see one lioness and turn it on a lion?
Yeah, let me look at the screen, but
it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. You understand? It does not happen. So, what man do, woman not supposed to do. You check? That is just life unfair. In the party. You know much things woman get in a life. You know much things woman get in life. Man, the 1 and 3 little things that man get, they have at the school. You check? They have at the school.
Me like to see the man that ever smile and batty eyelash out on speeding ticket.
You
You
check?
like to find a man there.
You check? Even when you go, even you, J2, you speeding ticket, but what about when you reach, for example, even if you do the driving test? You understand? Even even the driving test, J2, and then just put
Yo,
on
what are
certain
they say?
things.
What are they say? What are they say?
Me can't read.
What are they say, J2? Read that today. You're the intelligent one. What are they say?
What did I say?
What are they say? Fetching one. But me know you can see. Matter of fact, let me rewrite this.
Okay,
Add fair name.
Gary. Batty Gary.
Let me add fair name.
Where's Gary you talk? Gary, you have a SpongeBob?
Hold on, sorry. Let me rewrite them. Sorry, no, you can better know. What are name they over this? No, this name. What are they over this now?
I'm even more confused now.
Stop confused that box. I want this, man. Anyways, on to the next. Before I met me, you say something I'm not supposed to say.
Yo, but she talking truth.
Oh, so
I always remember that.
yeah, me not a lie.
That's it. But she can't talk to nobody else on this podcast.
Facts. The views of Bash is not necessarily the views of the audience.
Exactly.
It's independent views. But for on to the next. So right now, I see talking about breakups and so on. I've seen the blue political party in Antigua is no longer united or progressive. I don't think they're either a part. They're until a party, but just saying it just not united, not even progressive no more. So a lot of changes has happened over the past few weeks, where a lot of members, if not resigned, have pledged to join or shown interest in joining the current ruling party in Antigua, which is the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party. I have no thoughts. I think I expressed a lot of thoughts in a previous episode. I will add the link to the bottom or the below part of the description in this one, so you can go back and watch exactly what was said. I'll even put the time as well. I mean, like what? What you said about
I think what you said. I as change up again, but as the politics no.
Yeah, so but just no. So I will leave that up to you guys.
I think based on our last our last discussion when we highlighted certain things about the first member day that switched allegiance. I think what we were talking about wasn't really far fetched or anything like that. I think one could assume it was financial or opportunity or whatever it is. But I think with this recent spate of resignations or whatever, I think it speaks to, from outside looking in, it seems like it speaks to a deeper issue. Something is actually going on within the realm of the party. I don't know. Me just say, from outside looking in, it seems like there's something actually happening. I don't know what that something may be, but they don't seem as cohesive as we were led to believe. That army can say.
United is the word, not cohesive. United.
Okay, united.
You got a big issue with that whole situation. In that, whether I'm party a win or a party a lose, yeah, I will tend towards a kind of slippery slope where if you don't even have a functioning opposition, then it leaves one party for kind of just do whatever they feel, especially if it is, whether it's true or not, that they're able to win over however it is they're doing. So persons from the other side or the opposition or oppositions, because at this point, the way things will go, we will have no opposition. And you need somebody on the other side for oppose. You need somebody for challenge the the status quo of the ruling party such that they can be kept in check.
You
While
think
it
so?
is, no, I mean, as long as I would decide I'll live in a democracy, because then here what, unless something happen drastically and everybody decide next election, you know, I don't want the government. If you don't have a functioning next party to vote for, then what happens to the country?
You
Okay,
know,
I
you know
agree.
what happened?
I agree with your statement, right?
Hold on there. You know what happened? You know what happened? Then the military got to step in. And you know what that?
You don't want that.
I agree with your statement that you're making, but I'm just kind of wondering how much of those sentiments actually translate to the populace or the electorate. Because if you support a particular party, the four of us support whatever party, and you go voting, I mean, I don't know that in Antigua that we vote primarily based on the candidate. I think that primarily we vote based on a party, and then secondarily, I guess, the candidate if it's what somebody that's favorable to us. So
Listen, hold on. Let's not that narrative aren't even kill the narrative in Antigua, realistically, right? Because when UPP won the election and they won it with how many people mean left back in the poll when UPP in the Labour Party when UPP win? They got about 4 or 5?
Four.
Yeah, a lot of people switched. So you can't say,
but
we like one. No, people just it's in my personal opinion, I think it was about candidacy. So I don't want it to always seem, but then again, I could be wrong.
no. What I was speaking to as saying that you need a healthy opposition, right? That is necessary. But what I'm saying is, in Antigua, we vote primarily for party, right? And how many of us, when we go to vote, we vote hoping that opposition, that the party that we're voting against, still wins some seats, just so that we have opposition. How much of us actually go to the polls hoping that they get 17 now?
This the latter, not the former, the latter. That then get
I
17
believe
on.
so too.
Yeah.
I believe so too. But then that it counter to what, as I say.
Well, the thing is, and that but disagree with that statement they make. Now. That's enough. But the problem that I think about in that, even if you get 17 none, at least you got another side for bang. The way things are end up right now, you even got another side on the field. You at least need to have a side on the field for bang.
Facts.
And
That's
But
a very good, that's a valid point. That's a valid point.
No, they say they're going to release. They're supposed to release their slate of candidates sometime next month.
You know what I wish?
Who should contest the next general election?
I don't think.
You know
they will come again, man. Politics and all in some country. Even if this iteration of the party does in fact see any kind of dissolution, however, I mean, I believe that most likely whoever under the wings, however, just rise up again the same thing. I say
So, but if the underlying issue isn't addressed straight over, wouldn't that be like just putting on one and plaster upon a sword that they never really try to cure?
But what is the underlying issue?
No, we don't know because we're not India. But what I'm saying is,
what I don't see. I'm wondering.
So anything that's something that happened within it.
Obviously, something.
I said that, but I said that in the last. Hold on there. I said that in the last time we had this conversation when my guy switched. I said that I think everybody kept looking at, the guy switching. Sorry, let me not say the guy, but the young man switching. Everybody keep looking at it and say the young man kept switching, or the MP switch. But nobody addressed, if this man, with his own words, I mean, again, a politician, right? So take everything in a grain of salt. But a man publicly say, yo, he would never do something like that. Then a couple months down the line, actually did what he said he wasn't going to do. Everybody look on him and say, oh, you're a hypocrite, oh, you're a seller and whatnot. Nobody ever look on the situation and be like, yo, what really can force this youth, man, if in a position where things can go left? You understand where I come from?
No, hear me, Melo. What you say makes sense to up to the point where if he had left the party, right? If he had left the party, right, but did not switch over, then Melo would have a valid point there. But the fact that he left, and as soon as he left, the letter come out whenever he say, "But I'm done today," and tomorrow he joined the other party. I think it's fair for people to assume that it was some kind of bribery, some kind of financial gain, something. You understand? I think that is fair.
Hold on. I'm not saying it's a bad thing for people to assume, right? I expect the masses, and again, this podcast is named Ignorance is Undefeated podcast, so people will come to their own assumption, right? What I didn't like is to hear so-called people who are so-called common sense, who are so-called influential platforms, not challenging these questions. Everybody just take them and make joke. You understand? Everybody say, oh, red and bread and public, but nobody sit down and actually think about, yo, bro, granted I understand this sort of situation be, but at the same time, bro, what happened over here to the point where this will look upon them as a joke and nobody look upon the core part of this serious? Because as much as you don't support that party.
Melo, I don't think it's safe to say that nobody.
All right, tell me
that
so.
Is a different. No, you miss.
I'm
not
saying,
answer everything what you say.
I'm not saying the masses, no. I'm talking about people who you expect to have common sense, bro.
Mm-hmm.
People who can move people and have people who are influence and so on in a society, no. I look on the thing like a joke, no, when it's not a joke, because our democracy at stake here, and as just stated, it's at stake. You can't take this thing as a joke, bro. Even if you have to let me forget the grass point first, bro. Even if it's a point where you support your party, bro. If you go to school and you're alone in the class and you're alone get number one, you got happy with that, bro? You can't happy with that. No matter if you support the other party, you're still supposed to look over there and say, hey, this is what this. You still want to hold at least 2 to 3 seats over there. You still want to push your party to the point where you hold your party accountable. Again, you still think about the masses. And I keep saying to you, I'm not thinking about the masses. The masses not control. The masses might control the election and make the election look, yeah? But realistically, at the end of the day, you have people in the background who have sense. You assume would have sense that sometimes control these narratives. I know this. Like I don't know.
What we're talking about? Just to be clear, we're talking about the first switching. Are we talking about this?
No, but this is talking about right now. I can't talk about the first switch because I don't address that.
Oh yeah.
But no, everything else that happened. Yeah, everything else ever happened after behind now. You can't still assume a money, opportunistic.
Exactly, and that is my point.
No, you have to look on the core.
Yes, exactly. That is my point.
But back then, when everybody may look on the money and opportunity, I said it. I said, yo, I don't even look on that because I just me have feeling that more people may they go fall. But just believe so. How you gonna have a seat, bro? Unless for your seat for the giant. So you can see it, bro. That I'm sure see it. According to you and your statistics and everything that you've been saying to the public, that seat they belong to you, whether no matter who in power, and you jump.
Okay.
Really see that happen.
But again.
So I can't blame the man. They have to be what the hell is happening?
No, that's where me and you diverge.
But remember you have shares no, so me would know. So you have to get out inside.
I have what?
Yo, top chai type the Basi.
Yo, top chai type.
No, you don't like
affiliated.
You don't like
red, black, blue, green, mauve, orange.
No party. My apologies. You know what I like when you hear something do so. What you say? What's that?
No, because here what?
No, big man.
My thing is this, and some that I always say, right? I didn't come up with it, but I loved it from the first time I heard it, and I always say, 2 things can be true. So me no pan you, oh, you not blame the man, me not blame the man, fine. You not have to blame.
Pause.
You can never pan me, dog. Fire.
Huh?
You
Blame the
will
man.
never be pan me, boss.
Why?
The point is, yes, the possibility exists that, and in which the optics right now, I think, points to some sort of disturbance in the part that things now really run right. But the possibility also exists, and more than the possibility, because it has been, anyway, the possibility always also exists that other.
Boss, you hear the boy pull back the statement.
Yeah, man,
The boss will take it to some of the man pull him back though. I want to tell you the boss has cheers. You think a joke, man. That's good. But the boss had information now.
I mean, listen, people talk. But the point is, I mean, I have never seen no paper or nothing like that, so we can't speak from a position of, you understand? So that's what I'm saying. The possibility exists that other financial inducements played a critical role in the switch as well. So what make half look on one and look on the other, or look on the other and look on the one? What make it can't be the two of them?
But that's what I agree with you, Jay, particularly when we're talking about the first one. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not unfair for people to assume that there were other inducements that caused the switch. You understand? In that case, I think that was a fair point of view at the time. But now that we're here, right, and we're seeing all these things, then we have to realize that something has to carry on.
Hold on. Let me interject. Go ahead, Az. Go ahead.
Yeah, one more on for add on that what I've seen in politics is a lot of people are motivated not only for the finances, but also for the power that it brings with it. Right? And the thing is, even if somebody offer you finances, right? If you in a position that you believe that you can still attain power, you would be willing to deny those finances because you believe there's a high possibility you will attain the power that you want, regardless of those finances. Which means, if it is that this party is going through this turbulent time and the leaves are falling off the tree, it must be that people no longer believe that they have the ability to attain the power for which, of course, the party is.
It's clear. It's clear, and whoever run it, they just don't believe in it, and that necessarily mean the person at the head, like the leader of the party itself, because a lot of people think the leader of the party publicly
the sum of the parts.
No, sometimes they just the leader, and they still have to listen to whoever have to listen to. But
let me say, what I was saying is like everything that you're saying is true, right? But you think you understand what me say, because I'm not trying to say what you're saying is not correct. I agree with everything that you're saying in terms of there obviously were problems happening within the party, and this gentleman maybe was trying to hold on and whatever. And as you say, he was probably being quoted from ever since, right? All that may be true. But the average man on the street outside would not know that. The only thing that they're seeing is that this man here, today tell her that he will Awi, tomorrow he gone over. So from the public perception, it would seem as if it was just that. But internally, other things may have been happening, right? That's all I'm saying.
And can
You mute boss.
you can hear me now?
Where they say where they say Joe Tovan?
No, I understand.
the word on the street has been since the convention, and different positions were voted upon, so on and so forth. Individuals were not happy with the outcome of the convention. They thought things would have gone a different way, yielded different results. I assume different leader, so on and so forth. And it did not happen that way. And it seemed like there has been some level of unhappiness and unrest since then. But I mean, in my opinion, and I understand that, but in my opinion, if we are supposed to be, presenting a democratic institution of sorts, then whatever the majority say should hold. And at the end of the day, I mean, I think that unless if there are, changes in maybe philosophy of an organization that are going to, directly conflict with my values or my beliefs, or, something like that. I don't know that people would really understand a jump across the aisle based on any other reason. And I mean, I don't think that you can blame people. I think that you can explain from now until the cows come home your reason for doing what you do. But at the end of the day, you can't blame people for think what they think based on how the optics of a situation present itself.
Yep. The optics
And
of
based
it.
on the different things and the different shushu and the different things that
Yep.
you hear around the place. And the truth is, the people say that a rumor is never 100% false, right? So maybe they don't get the nail upon the head, but certain things in it have to be credible at the very least,
Yeah,
right?
but Jetoven, as you said, right? If the process, to me personally, if the process was a democratic process, right, and the
Yeah,
majority, the masses voted for whoever they voted for, whoever in these positions within the party, within the institution, I think that hey, it should be respected. Not only that it should be respected, but as far as I was made to understand is that the convention happens like every 2 years, every 3 years or something like that, right?
mhm,
So
yeah,
so there would have been another opportunity to vote for who you want to vote for again. So if this iteration and you realize, all right, this set of people aren't really happy with them, but at the end of the day, if we are supposed to be a united front to
mhm,
contest this other political party who we think aren't the best suited to govern the country, just cool and just go through where you go through and stop, put your ego down, unless as you said it's those principles that directly conflicting with my conscience and my personal beliefs and all that something. You
yeah,
just
that's fine.
cool and go forward. That's just how
Yeah,
I see it. And then when the next chance comes to vote for whoever again, you just do it, just go to the democratic process again and vote. You check?
you see, unfortunately, a lot of times I think people use, um, and this goes for me and anybody, I think people use ammunition that we give them against us. You understand? And I think that, between the first correspondence that the gentleman, that the good minister made, and, the subsequent comments that he made after making the switch and all of that, and seeing just how, somebody just makes a 180 like that. Not a lot of people respect something like that. And I mean, yes, people can have a change of heart. I totally believe in people having a change of heart and growth and all of that. But certain situations and how you express yourself and how strongly you make your position against certain things or certain institutions, you just look real weird when you're
Yeah,
Alakazam,
but you see, and at the same time, we're outside looking in. So I mean, whatever is happening in India, it has to be something maybe that they think that they can't wait until the next iteration to vote because so much people are left. Well,
Could be. It could be.
so
No, you know what I would say? If the guy, the good gentleman, felt within himself that it was hopeless for them to contest the next one, if he really did not believe in the team, believe in the cause, believe in the party anymore, if he did not in his heart believe in it anymore, I'd even have no reason with him leaving again. You understand? But as Bash said, it's one thing to not believe that what you're a part of is working for you or is going places, and switch to something else that you believe is going places. And you know what? In any other facet or any other industry, any other realm of the world, that would have been acceptable. But when you come to politics, a totally different kettle of fish.
I don't want us to. I don't want us to be sticking on the gentleman, because, as I said, like, so many people are leaving. Like, the issue is what needs to be addressed.
Yeah, kind of focusing on something other than
Yeah. So is the underlying issue is that what's happening that's causing the recent spate of resignations. We don't know.
Issue there.
Yeah.
Next issue there for just now. I'm going to find that egg situation, bro. Big man thing. Been in your egg. But I don't eat egg directly. Indirectly, probably in other things, and so I'm sure it probably in there, which will affect everything generally. But what I want for that situation, they come and find that I'm very strange situation I have right now in Antigua, to be honest.
Watch as they know. Watch. God, what you see. But I mean, I'm sure Jimmy J will finally get the prices correct. Yeah, as
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question before. Let me ask you a question here. This boy. Let me ask you a question before. From what's the price hike? What's the price jump? Is it from like $10 to $14?
No, from 12 to
$2 increase.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question now. In supermarkets, have you not seen a lot? Yo, I eat
muesli,
right? I literally watched that product from the start of 2023 to right now. It moved from $13 to $15. It started at $15 at the end of 2023, coming into 2024. Now it's at $18.00. I'm gonna see nobody rile up.
$18.00 for 12 for the dozen.
No, I'm not talking about egg. I'm talking about the muesli that you spoke about just now.
Oh, sorry.
How many people are going to the supermarket on a daily basis to buy that?
What I'm trying to, this is the point. The point that I'm trying to prove is this, my brother. This is what I'm trying to prove to you. Price will go up on everything, bro. It's literally going up on everything. Cost of living is getting higher. So this is what I'm not. So that's what I'm asking you. Is it the case that I want to come out because there's so much, because it's so like a precious item becoming like a
basic need. It's almost like a basic need.
That's exactly what it is. It's just like, for example.
No, because me tell you price gone up on everything, no. That's what me just trying to say.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like, for example, if they carry price pan girls every day, nobody saw that. But if they carry price pan bread tomorrow, you go bro and you have to pay 50 cents more $1. That is going to jump out to you more. Or if you go to the gas station and they cap gas by quart, you can say murder the whole quart. But if they cap quart pan something in the supermarket,
egg price gone up, bread price will go up now. So see exactly what you're talking about. Once egg price go up, bread price will go up. Yeah. If I want to say, want trouble and tea against the both of them bread, boy.
Yeah, those things like a bread and egg and them someday, like people use every day, quote, so to speak, those are going to be more noticeable.
So let me read some I just saw. For nearly 2 years, Jamaica's egg farmers have quietly absorbed rising production costs, but now they say the burden has become unbearable. The Jamaica Egg Farmers Association, GFA, the umbrella organization representing farmers island-wide, has officially recommended new farm gate prices for eggs in an effort to stem widespread financial losses and prevent further exits from the industry. One other thing, roughly 90% of our egg farmers are currently operating at a loss, said Mark Campbell, president of GFA, told the Business Observer. Now, I know we're not in Jamaica, but definitely seeing some similarities there where egg is concerned.
Yeah, it surely applies. I mean, everybody feels squeezed.
If they have been
only in Jamaica, but Aruba and Virgin Islands and all these places. It was in the news this morning. Sorry, J. Tobin, go ahead.
So if they have been really have been absorbing costs, then I mean it's only fair because at the end of the day, no, it's either they are viable in business or they have to exit.
Yeah, and that's what
when they exit.
they echoing those same sentiments here. Because I was listening to an interview this morning with them with the Layers Association or whatever. I'm sorry if I'm not using the proper term, but and they're basically saying the same thing. They've been absorbing the costs for quite a few years now, and so now you just reach some point where they just can't absorb them all. So they have to cap the price.
Listen, we don't want to sound like a broken record because we don't want to sound like I belabor the point as well too. But it still goes back down to because at the end of the world, boss have to look out for the greater good of the people. You understand? The majority, which is the everyday man that can't afford to buy that $14 or $15 egg, right? So now he have to figure out a way for quell the market and quell certain things to keep down cost of living, right? Importation might be the situation. But where is the political party that's supposed to defend the Layers Association and bring sense to the nonsense that's happening?
A political party. How can a political party defend Layers Association?
Fair enough. Sorry. I forget the Labour Party in the power, so my apologies, bro.
I understand the point you're making, Melo, but the party has no.
Hey, I apologize. We move on. I apologize. I forget the Labour Party in the power. So I can't say
to speak to that, to the point.
I literally don't understand the question. No. That's why I'm asking for clarification. I want to know how kind of political
party. What mean, J. The Layers Association have to take up the fight from the government on their own, right or wrong? Are they not going to have to take the fight on their own, right or wrong?
I see the point.
Hold on. Who in the poll? Go ahead, ask.
No, I was going to say, I see the point that you are making, and I understand the point of view of J. Tobin as well, that inertly, it really isn't a fight for a political party. Neither is a political party obligated to bring it forward, but naturally,
but who defend? But who them will go up against? And Augustine them will go up against?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Naturally, in
a democratic society, the prime minister who is in the power, you have to
that's what I'm saying.
Of the support.
No, but what I'm saying.
Let me hear what I say. Sorry. Let me hear what I say. Sorry. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, I'm saying I agree to you in that naturally, where you have a situation where you have any association, any group or body in a country that has any sort of beef, or could have can of beef against the government, the opposition, and can take them up. Normally, that's what it is. I could have can of beef, the opposition can take them up because that's just the natural native role of oppositions in a country.
They have to oppose. No, oppose with credit or with merit. You understand? Or with sense. What I'm saying to you is, J. Tobin, this is what I'm trying to say to you is, don't get it twisted. If the fight may be between the consumer or the supermarkets association, if that so-called exists, the vendors association against the layers association, or some two associations, then the party power, if they can't come to one agreement or anything, then the party power would have to step in and try to mitigate. This battle is literally now, and I'm only going off of what's being played out in the news. Right? This is not a political ploy for nobody. Man, I pick no side. I'm just talking about what's in the news. And currently, what's in the news is the Layers Association is going up against the present government that's in power, right? In terms of the cost and inflation, because even if price control have a come down, price control is a government entity, right or wrong? Consumer affairs are a government entity, right or wrong? No,
sure.
Correct.
True.
So if them a government entity, then they're gonna speak on behalf of who? And how they talk on behalf of the government. So the opposition now have to come into, in my opinion, opposition have to come into play now and be like, hey, let's all look on the situation, let's all mitigate the situation. So I can bring some sort of balance to this. Help. I'm not saying they have to lead the mantra, I'm not saying they have to lead the mantle, I'm not saying all of that. But they have to help. Because if world boss now have to carry this to parliament for government laws and do all kind of thing, in order for eggs to come in the country, so no, the Farmers Association and them can keep the country at, as he may call it, had a monopoly over the country, so-called monopoly over the country. You can pass clean. Who you can tap them? Who can tap them? You go in and tap them? Yeah, the boy disrespectful. My apologies, bro. Again, from now on, when it comes to politics, I will say, hey, from now on, when it comes to politics, unless things change in Antigua and Barbuda, I will stay new.
But
Okay, so one thing, my
Okay.
perspective is this: the way that you couch the original statement, and the reason I don't believe that a political party has a place in that is because the first thing you said was world boss have to look out for the people, right? So then, if world boss and look out for the people, then me as one party come and I back the Layers Association, because the Layers Association can they look out for the people. If the world boss look out for the people, else everybody would be on the same side. So if they're on opposing sides, that means that the world boss look out for the people and the Layers Association look out for their own pocket. So then for a political party to align themselves with the Layers Association for can hike up the price, how is that going to make that political party look to the general public and to the people that can't afford to buy
No. I
it?
think you miss what I'm saying. I'm not saying to hike up the price. I'm not saying that. That's
Okay,
not the discussion.
forget about that.
Hold on, let me finish. Hold on, hold on. No, I forget. Let me finish because that's where you went. So I'm going to say it clear. It's not I was saying that to hike up the price. I'm saying to mitigate the conversations that's being had because clearly they're not on a standstill right now. So exploring options. Hold on. Exploring options so we can have a decent price where things is set where they're not losing, they're not winning. Because the conversation could be had with the Labour Association and who's in power to find that common ground. Clearly, they're not finding that common ground because they're not. The conversations are not being had that you're supposed to find. That I think personally, from what they know in the news, to have that common ground, where the opposition to come in now and say, "Hey, let's all try to figure them out." Now, if come in and use them as a political purpose, say, "Oh, get rid of the government." An opposition job are solely for just get rid of the government. Opposition job for also help the government that's in power to make sure that things are good. But then again, you know what? Let me stop because we talk about idealistic world and let's all live in a reality. So go ahead with your dialogue. Let me come out from a utopia vibe. No, go ahead. Sorry, my apologies.
No, me just tell me saying anything that won't fight from political party because I think political parties have to be clear what side they line up on because at the end of the day, people you try to get the support of. So when you find parties heavily aligned with corporations and that type of stuff, just like we're seeing in happening in the US, a lot of people believe that hey, what he named Trump, create tax cuts and tax breaks for large corporations and for this and that and that and that, and that is seen as counter to efforts that are people centric as opposed to, capitalist. So me just don't think
That's
that
no
one
question.
party should really. I agree. I agree. What I do agree, what we can probably find common ground is that sparking a conversation or maybe have some useful suggestions as to how the process can go forward and ultimately come to some amicable solution. I agree where that is concerned, but what I don't agree is with them trying to take up the fight on behalf of the Layers Association. That's just me.
Fair enough. I think maybe I quoted it wrong. I stated it wrong. I don't mean that they're supposed to take up the mantle for them because at the end of the day. But what I think needs to happen is you can't you can't just be like, yo, well, if I gonna do this, then we can bring in this and then crush a whole industry. Because no, you take work out of people's hands. No, you're
That's
left from
exactly what's
to.
gonna happen.
It's not necessarily going to happen. That's why no, you need a strong opposition to make sure that that does not happen. Even
No,
if
you
the
can't
opposition
stop
is
it.
not taking, hold on. Even if the opposition is not taking up the fight for the price, the opposition is supposed to take up the fight to protect the industry that exists in Antigua and Barbuda. You have to protect something. You can't just be like, oh, I'm not gonna take the fight because it's not gonna look good from a marketing standpoint. No, you have to stand for something, bro. Look at the situation, find amicable ground. Because what's prevailing right now is, yo, me had a control, and nobody want to relinquish no part of them control in order to find a common ground. Somebody have to have a common ground. If one party and political party that's supposed to help find these common ground are bickering between one another and they can't find no sense of unity within them, then it don't make sense.
If I can jump. Oh, bash, Ayano.
No, let
Yeah, we just,
I mean, let
yeah,
Claire
go
as
ahead,
well
us.
go.
Go ahead, us. Go ahead, us.
I'm going to jump in and say that while I understand the issue of there needs to be more dialogue and more of a balancing act between um, government and the layers association and trying to see if some sort of middle ground can be reached. At the same time, generally speaking, problems are catalysts for innovation. And while this situation in itself is not unique to Antigua and Barbuda, is not unique to the Caribbean, it's stemming from my understanding what I heard. It's stemming as far back as global warming and the ability to produce the feed for the chickens that lay the eggs. So it's not just a situation of people kind of price for price sake, but it's a lot deeper than that. And so all these things really need to be considered, and the fact that you have economic policies that are going to come into play and how that affect people pocket. Because say one, say two, no, the layers say association want for put money in their pocket, but the layers association are in themselves the same people in Antigua that are feeling the squeeze. Them they too have to buy things. They're the supermarket. Them they too have to make money, right? So I mean, you might say, oh, them are just look out for themselves, but the same way your work for eat, or the same way them their work for eat. So, I mean, you have many options you could take. We could take a stance like Barbados did for chicken. Chicken more expensive than lobster in Barbados. Because Barbados say they protect the chicken industry for Barbadians. And so chicken only can be had locally. You can't import non chicken. Right? And that's the stance they took. And they decided we're going to live with it. We're going to have very expensive chicken, but we're going to keep the money circulated within our economy.
And funny, two party going upon nobody children.
Yeah,
Can I understand the
more than
importance
two.
of it? Bash.
Not really.
No, what I was going to say is both you and J Token made good points in terms of your point in terms of the opposition. I understand where you're coming from and I understand where J Token is coming from. Because as J Token said, because you said in your initial statement that the world boss is looking out for the people. If the opposition is going to come, you're going to seem as if they're against the people. But what I still think it's a good opportunity that the opposition can use and being for the people as well. Because if you listen to the Layers Association, they're saying that one of the main reasons they said, okay, basically they're saying they are basically like farmers, right? And they don't get the same concessions as farmers and the same tax breaks as farmers. So now if the opposition would come from that angle and take up the mantle there now to Melo's point of saying, hey, let's find a way to meet in the middle where the government fulfills their promises, because basically what the Layers Association is saying is that there were quite a few promises, several promises that were made to them from since I think it's 2019. and the government has not fulfilled one up to now in terms of giving them water and I don't know whatever tax breaks and whatever imports that they have and ABST, I don't know, whatever, right? So if the opposition could come from that angle, they would still be looking as they are for the people. Because all they would have to demand from the government is that the government fulfill their promise in terms of what they pledged to the Layers Association, right? And probably if they do that, then the amount of the level of squeeze, I should say, that the Layers Association is probably feeling right now will be significantly reduced. And thus, maybe we would not have to go to the price hike. And thus, the world boss wouldn't have to be saying, here for the people so you can make the import egg. You understand? So the whole narrative would probably be nullified. So the opposition can come in and I wouldn't say take the mantle or side with the Layers Association, but they can still come under the guise of doing it for the people. They are doing it for the people, but they are helping the Layers Association. If you understand what I'm saying. So I think it's just how you approach the situation.
The question you about what other solution are there? Let's not put ourselves in a position in a society. Let's not say you are one farmer because you say them just as farmers, them are farming in Italy, right? What do you think personally that they can do if right off the head right now that they can do for help? Maybe because reduce the cost of the cost and bring down the price a little bit as it pertains to the cost of egg production right now. Yeah, you're following this question. So what
can be done to reduce the cost?
Well, based on what I'm hearing,
things just go up.
It's not anything that they well, based on what I'm gathering, is more like the feed.
Hold on, J2. So you're telling me, granted, no inflation just go up, economics, right? No inflation just go up. But you're telling me, so because the price of certain things go up all around the world, we still can look on a situation for where how I can bring down the cost for nothing. Is that what you're telling me?
But as I'm saying, based on their production, I have no intimate knowledge of the egg industry. But what I'm saying is, if based on their production, they are operating at capacity. I just don't see how they would be able to cut costs. How would they be able to cut costs?
Yeah, because they're basically
saying incentives from the government. How are they going to cut costs?
Yeah,
and especially how long have they been absorbing these losses? You understand what problem that identified today, they begin today.
True.
Obviously, these costs have been mounting, and I guess you just reached one point that something has to be addressed.
Because I mean, also this based on what they're saying is like even the people that they buy, they get the feed from us. So it's not no ton of money they make like 5% and 10% markup. You understand? So if you're in a business and you're making 5 and 10% markup, you not really make no money like that. So you're just
unless you're a wholesaler
there.
that can move numbers for end up and make your money. So you can't make it to a little markup.
So it's our kind of tricky situation, and again, as Jato rightly said, we don't really know the internals and any intricate details or inside details as to how this whole layer business and how the feed and the chicken and whatever they have to do to produce the eggs, we don't know. So we can only go off of what they're saying, and they're saying that he kind of rough.
And am I the asshole for checking out of my relationship after my wife says she wished I had a bigger, but we don't always get what we want. My wife, 34-year-old female, and I, 34-year-old male, have been married for 8 years, and we have a 5-year-old son. Over the past few months, my wife and I occasionally have been having arguments on finances. The main argument we've been having is that I want to take our family out on a vacation to a different state, but my wife wants to save up so we can travel abroad next year. Last month, my wife and I were having an argument again about this. And I was telling her a vacation would be really good for our family and our son. We talked back and forth, and I could sense my wife getting exasperated. But I stood my ground. I told her we could take a vacation now, and we could also go abroad next year. And my wife just lost her cool and said that the finances made that impractical, and that she also wished that I had a bigger. But in life, we don't always get what we want. That stung me. I'm aware I have an average size, but I've never had any complaints from anyone on it until now. And to hear it from my wife, it just numbed me. I then checked out of the conversation, and my wife instantly apologized after she said that. I told her it was okay, and I then went to sleep. Was it okay? Was it? From the next day on, however, I distanced myself from my wife, and I just focused on work and my son. My wife tried to initiate conversation and apologized multiple times, and I usually just ignored her or told her to let it go. I also started eating out, and I did not want to eat my wife's dinner. My wife initiated sex one night, and I told her to get off me. Damn. My birthday was a few days ago, and I ignored my wife when she wished me or when she tried to kiss me. We didn't do anything for my birthday, and when my wife gave me a gift, which was packaged with also a handwritten letter, I told her to return it. I have no idea what the gift was or what was written in the letter. I don't really care. I'm at my limit now, and I know this is not healthy or sustainable, so I have seriously started considering divorce. But I also wanted to get an opinion from the people I trusted most in the world, my two siblings. My brother thinks I should at least consider marriage counseling first before proceeding with divorce, as he doesn't think this worth jumping straight to divorce for. My sister has the opposite opinion, and she thinks I am still young and fit, and I have a long life ahead of me, and it should be very easy for me to get someone who's much more beautiful than my wife, both on the exterior and the interior. Am I an asshole for checking out of the relationship and for considering divorce?
My wife tried to initiate conversation and apologize multiple times. And I usually just ignored her or told her to let it go. I also started eating out, and I did not want to eat my wife's dinner. My wife initiated sex one night, and I told her to get off me. Damn. My birthday was a few days ago, and I ignored my wife when she wished me or when she tried to kiss me. We didn't do anything for my birthday, and when my wife gave me a gift, which was packaged with also a handwritten letter, I told her to return it. I have no idea what the gift was or what was written in the letter. I don't really care. I'm at my limit now, and I know this is not healthy or sustainable, so I have seriously started considering divorce. But I also wanted to get an opinion from the people I trusted most in the world, my two siblings. My brother thinks I should at least consider marriage counseling first before proceeding with divorce, as he doesn't think this worth jumping straight to divorce for. My sister has the opposite opinion, and she thinks I am still young and fit, and I have a long life ahead of me, and it should be very easy for me to get someone who's much more beautiful than my wife, both on the exterior and the interior. Am I an asshole for checking out of the relationship and for considering divorce?
Yo, watching me all right.
Yo, as wild.
Yo, we just gonna ask you what you put up now. Yo, watch me all right, don't notes, boss. Watch me all right, don't notes, boss.
So I differ to the two married men in the room.
My guy, don't differ. Answer the question. You come up with the question.
No,
Share
me
your
differ.
thoughts first.
Yeah, me get share my thoughts, but I have a differ. Make the man talk. My guy,
Okay, since as at the point of reason, let's start with common sense before I get to the bush.
Common sense in a daddy boy. Me feel like that ain't cross the line. Honestly, that give the man some time. Give the man some time. for catch yourself because you hit the man hard in the worst spot, literally in the worst spot. Me know here come back from that in a conversation. Me check out too. Me say, oh, safe, cool. Me go light them over here. Yeah. No, that ain't a cross and serious line. Like, no matter how you're upset with your wife, there's certain things you don't say. Husband and wife, there's certain things you don't say. You know what I mean? And far less I just okay, finances is a very serious thing. I agree. But stick to the finances. If you want to tell you waste money, you buy this and you buy then chop it up something and spend all the money on your car. Say everything to the point. But that give the man some time. The man might forgive, but give the man some time because he not gonna forget. That's what me see that. Just give the man some time. Depending on who you be, I can understand you may not be able to turn around from that. Honestly.
So in your opinion, as before you go J open, say your opinion as does it warrant
a divorce?
A divorce.
Well, you see,
would you be able to look? Let me say, would you be able to perform the same looking at her after she done tell you that? As a married man, honest.
Like we say, you have to give yourself some time. Because the other thing is, right, for you, unless you in a relationship where I just lose it, I am out, and I just care what I say, and that's a normal thing for people just make that kind of statement, then for you to get to that point, so I argue over money. Clearly, it's not a one-time thing. It's not a two-time thing. It's over months, and there's some serious discussions that need to be had. Some decisions that need to be made for the parties to stay together. Because if I argue like that, to that kind of passion that people feel so strongly, they can start attack other parts, whether true or not true. That's the thing, whether true or not true, just because they're so enraged and have so much emotions and on topic that you digress for hurt somebody, then you really need to really consider what go on. Because we have to agree that we will disagree. We have to agree that we will have arguments, that we will not like everything each other say. But you can't intentionally, I mean, she have to think about that and say, yeah, I'm going to dig deep. No. That's not a random something that jump out your mouth. That's not a random something that jump out your mouth.
Maybe she didn't think, maybe she had it in her mind all the time as she does it.
But that's my point. If that be in your mind all the time, then there's something wrong.
Have you met Antiguan women?
Well, from wherever Antigua. Not against Antigua one, we just say. Tell them strike up in the comments.
Well, I don't although I don't really see the statement that she made as grounds for divorce. You kind of see that as one declaration of war, though.
Hold on there. I find that strange that you would say that.
You gonna fight that?
You know find no gentle Omega. You know find that.
No, that's amazing.
And again, I'm not saying that it is a good. Hold on. Let me clear. I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just saying I just found it strange that you said that. So that's what I'm asking you. What you would think?
No, the reason I don't see it as grounds for divorce is because, listen, me study how women set up. Let me tell you. And, I really want to drop too much of secrets and everything, because I don't want them to know that how we broke the code.
Tell you the boy that was sniper. I'm telling you the boy a sniper. You the boss.
No. You pass on different tactics. I'm just talking about understanding the psyche of. No, certain things you realize one pattern. As man, right? We're different. Certain things aren't good. Certain things are we say as man. Even if we notice something, even if we observe something, but certain things, if you say something, you go cross one line. A line that as one man, normally you can't come back from. Because, for instance, if that may be another man they cross the line with, it would have probably be some fighting or probably some sort of physical altercation or something. A certain line on across. Woman think that way. And even if within them rational self they think that way, from the time they start to get frustrated and emotions start to come to one boil and whatever, all of that is off the table. And they will just say things that at the end of the day they don't really necessarily mean, but things that they know will hurt you to a point or at least make you feel somehow them a feel. So to me, she probably vex over everything that them argue over and whatever and get frustrated to the point that, hey, let me just say this little smart something, forget it back. You understand? But I mean, I don't know that she really feel that way. So you want
no
to tell
unintended on little.
So you have to tell me, well, it doesn't say how long they've been together, but all the time when she meet you before, I'm sure they fool around before they even married or whatever. All the time she she want bigger something. So if she may want one bigger something and she settle for a smaller one, then what he may have so that make a second for the little something. Maybe money. Well, if it will be money, then when they argue over finances now, so then what she come with then?
An emotion in the ocean.
She just in she feelings, as I put it. And she just say that because she know that would be something that would have hurt you.
So you don't think there's any, you don't think she said it with any truth in mind. You just say it to hurt him.
Well, I don't know in that particular situation. If I were to guess, I would just guess that she said it just to hurt him. I believe that there are situations that people say things like that with truth in mind, but it just, from my experience, a lot of situations, a lot of things that have been said, to me and to other people that me hear, me just know that someday never, ever, ever can pass. You understand? Some things that normally people wouldn't never forgive people for. But at the end of the day, let's say, for instance, somebody says something like that to you. Oh, I wanted a bigger dick or whatever, but I have a circle or whatever. And she said that it really hurt you. Now, let's say it's a situation that she is outside of this particular situation. She is one agreeable woman. She's somebody that look out for you, somebody that have your back, and there have been times in the past that you see that here one.
Yo, at the same alien, I mean they talk to me J over the table.
Hold on, man.
I'm the same alien
real one. Then you might take that as she said that ego hurt you because obviously male ego and everything. But behind that statement there, you don't see somebody that would go to the ends of the earth for you. So in a situation like that, me not run the divorce. But let's say it's a situation that she said that to you, and to be honest, that is just an addition to the long list of things that she has said to you whenever she feel like whatever, because she just be on bitch. Then most likely you might just think that me can't take no more this woman and she mouth or whatever, and a time for me cut. But
so I'm posing the same question that I posed to us. I posed to you as a two married man. Like your wife tell you that, would you be able to continue business as usual?
Well, it depends. If my text is serious, and I feel like she really feels so, then I don't think that. Well, listen, me kind of.
Because remember, man, I'll be and the male psyche different. So
I'm saying me kind of make
all male psyche say at the same way. So it just
if my brain lock off, then everything lock off.
Yeah, so let me jump in now. So, okay, I'm jumping. You good?
Yeah.
You sure?
No.
So your eyes make some. No, but you can jump in at any given time when we talk. Your eyes make some good points, right? This goes back down to the first question I'm gonna ask. Number one, self-awareness. If you're a man, are you self-aware? you don't know your shortcomings, pun intended, and your disadvantage, your shortcomings and your advantages, right? So if you know and you as a man insecure about that, and she said that straight up, you deserve to get divorced. Divorce that. Because she sent you a clear shot. You know for your shortcomings, you don't know you're insecure about that situation, and she taking a shot at you. There's no coming back from that, J2. I don't care why this is. I'm me insecure about them. I've expressed that I'm insecure about it to you. And in some shape, way or form, outside. That's the one, right?
No, but the man said that.
The man said what?
The man said he never got no complaints. So the man seemed to think that he in a regular and decent standard.
A lot of man delusional, bro.
Only to find out that he is
my guy, when it comes to that aspect, listen to me, when it comes to that aspect, unless you're 22, when it comes to that aspect, we talk from experience, right? So I have to be careful about this situation because I don't know how young this couple is, right? So this couple could be 25-year-old couple that married for 2 years. So that girl potentially didn't even know what she like from what she not like yet. You understand? Because you can meet a girl in 25 that want Long John Silver, and when she with 35, she tell her, hey, pop, just give me just enough, because they don't explore enough to know what they like and what they don't like. Let's be clear. So that's a one. That's a one from one end, right? I read in this book, the handbook called The Way to Superior Man, right? And this book helped me so much, right, in terms of understanding how to navigate the other sexes and also how to navigate as yourself as a man, right? Women act in emotion. One woman, we say something right now, and we as logical thinkers, we say, yo, you just lied to me 2 seconds ago. And that she lied. That's how she feel when she say. You understand? So saying that, we say, she just probably in an argument and just couldn't win the argument. And she just say, you know, wish me more, yeah. Just to win the argument. Because emotionally she feel like she, like, especially if she deal with an alpha male or something like that, and she know, yo, at the end of the man say, yo, me don't put on for me foot now. This is what we do. You know, pushing man, she check it. This is what we do. Fetch it. Okay, I can't do nothing else. But hey, here you are, me good on swinging, big little boss. So now she attacked the man where the man know it hurts a lot. Realistically, me personally think I'm going to divorce. I mean, I think she mean anything by him. Also, that statement may be an extremely witty statement. Because remember he said on the back end, what he say? Oh, we can't always get what we want. She doesn't try to win the argument. She's like, hey, we should be getting more dick, but hey, I can't always get what I want. You understand? You want to tell me at some point when you have intercourse with fake girl, she not tell you deep and you realize you're not normal. You don't know that you don't know more. So if she's making a statement like that, you're supposed to know where you come from. Straight to the heart, bro. So if you're self-aware enough, that statement alone is supposed to give you one clear inner. Also, the brother talk about counseling. What counseling could do? Counseling give more seed? Counseling the shot. Counseling can help.
Situation, you're looking at it as her making a rational statement in which she evaluated the size and thought to herself,
actually,
I'm giving underwhelming to what I'm actually looking for in life. I don't believe
what I've done just now, and that's what I'm saying. What I've done just now is giving you several different. I've given you from both sides. I'm hopping left to right, but maybe both sides. Maybe because I still don't think personally from how the statement, how that it go down, and how she act after that she mean him 100%. I think she just, given the whole me think the relationship, we just think a witty situation. We can't get out where we want. She like, yo, may lose this argument, we throw in their face. You understand? Again, the determining factor is if the guy is extremely self-aware. And if he's not self-aware, then this statement, yeah, I'm gonna hurt if he will see life. If he's self-aware, the statement might potentially still hurt if you will see life, but you know what you have to do. Yo, make cut, because you're not continuing something. If you're self-aware, you know that you're Clint Eastwood gunslinger. Then what she said is roll off your back. You just say, whatever, man. Last night you ain't say that. You understand? I just laugh them off. But for you to explore all these options, bro, she knock you away hurt, man. Even this is the options that you explore, J2, man. she do some damage. You feel? And that's just my 2 cents. You feel?
Well, I mean, should not be way hurt because it's somebody that is important to you, and somebody that I guess you love. So obviously,
because me not have
it can hurt you.
Because me not have the same from my perspective. Me can't say from I didn't know for me joking them for me sentiment dark as well. And there's things that have been said to me in joke or in an argument. I'm just looking and be like, you know better. Seriously. That's try again. And sometimes in the heat of the argument, you just laugh them off. It's like, all right, cool, okay, we shouldn't say that. But yeah, boom, boom.
I mean, honestly, give me some of the things that have been said to me, I'll tell you, and I don't wonder to see you think after that person did. Because you talk about things that the average person they should just get banished. Just not saying to me ever again. And you just realize that woman just open her mouth and say anything when they get vexed.
At any given time, bro.
Listen, I'll tell you, right?
Don't get it twisted. But don't negate the fact that this could potentially be true. Because again, whether them say anything at any given time because of how they feel, right? It's not about what was said most of the time, it's how it affects you as a person. You understand? So with you knowing all what you know, and sometimes they just say things out of then just say things because of how everything feel. Even if she says so because of how she feel and you insecure about that particular shit, bro, it can affect you differently, dog. And that's just my 2 cents.
But here's the thing, though. Even if the man is insecure, this is the other point that I think I need for consider.
I'm going to write a different girl and check.
That may help some persons. Context though. Remember they said they're married for 8 years?
8 years and said they're married for?
Something like that, right?
Yeah,
married for something like that. The third. Yeah, they got 8 years and they're married.
If you don't know,
if they're married for 8 years, if they're married for 8 years, then he doesn't even just go sit up somewhere.
That's let me say, if after 8 years and I are kind of back and forth and so on, and at the 8-year juncture, this year come out of left field, then the man really need for just hold on side and sit down and pull on meds and reevaluate what go on.
Because of how it affect him. Because she hit a nail on his head. He affects sometimes when he's insecure about it.
No, even if you're insecure about something, when somebody say something that you don't expect them, go down a road that you don't expect them to go. Even if you're not insecure about it, you're like, why are you saying these things all of a sudden?
That's true. Because I think that's the nuance right there. Because we're looking at it as from our standpoint as is maybe them some they just regular some y'all just show it and they know better and all this and but if you're in a relationship with somebody for 8 years and she never even muster argue on some kind of inkling towards that, and one day that just randomly come out, it hit you different for you. So you're on point.
Yeah, that it can't random.
You're on point.
Some more half a day. And maybe the man just pull aside, and we can't say for going for divorce or not because there's probably more to that. Although she tried to make up and say blah blah blah.
Listen. Me in a K.
No, I don't hear the man that start this argument and say nothing yet. No.
I not say on chat. Me in a K. How good?
No, like you don't want to chat.
Oh, what? Me not the man that indicate you have to say nothing. The man sit down and listen.
Me listen to you. Get to
it. The madman, you can't do it.
What me say is, me not care how good they be for acting. No woman for 8 years can put on no show consistently.
Yeah, the boy, like John Silver.
Not good enough. No.
I may agree with you, which means she's serious and not show.
Yeah, the snipers are there, boy.
So the girl doesn't say that bad. Let me tell you.
That's the point, which means she has some sort of rooted.
Unless he know that something really goes so because he done, pick up the sign and done realize that wait, you're grown, so we not really do nothing. Something like that. you know, if he done figure that something really good, so then yeah. But outside of that, if he know that everything was legit, and man say he never get no complaints when you mash on the place. So then she come now, she just want attention. You understand?
Exactly. So,
And
yo,
when
you
you
talk
understand,
But what makes she just want the attention after 8 long years?
but hear me.
Just so
You run no bush. You run no bush. Right now, I'll believe in the discussion, right? So let's hear from the man that posed the question or the scenario or the because that's the full. Where you got that from? They said, am I the asshole thread?
The boy, at the end of the day,
I started to actually follow that thread as well. I can't hear Bash.
No, at the end of the day, me agree with the man, a 1,000,000%. She outside. She outside. You know where they talk about? Hey, they want to give her in a man, brother. Hey, they say, oh, this and woman just talk on their backs. How can you as a man? You understand? A woman tell you that something, and you gotta continue business as usual. Whenever you get intimate with that woman there again, me don't care what I have to say. No, me don't care what you say. Me don't care what Melo say. Me don't care what Jato say. Me don't care answer. From that point, they going forward. Are you intimate with that woman? You gotta think about that, and you kind of tell, hey, if I had to say anything about that, well, maybe I had special. But a woman that you intimate with, tell you something like that. Yes, it's an argument, but what I say is so correct. Me believe that is something that she have been shared all the time. That have to make initial meds all the time. You check?
Actually, me can tell you honest, right? Actually, I've been in 1,000,001 situations when it comes to females, right, Bash? 1,000,001, right? That one day, I didn't think it was my boy.
Me tell you, if a woman tell you that, partner, if a woman tell you that, right? Somebody that you intimate with for however long, like with 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years, and she tell you that from that point they're going forward, and you intimate with she again, you think about that.
You can't say me
That is half a point in mind.
Listen, man, the girl never have to tell her how insecure.
Well, you can say.
But that's what we're trying to tell Bash. Hold on, this is what I understand. Bash point. No, go ahead, Bash.
No, me say no. If you as a man, well, I ain't a woman, so we can only assume. But if you as a man tell a girl something scathing as that about her, something sexual like that, you know, and a joke like that, you can say woman cut different. You got some man out there like a Jato would say, oh, maybe some men out there like a Jato would say, oh, she just say anything because she vex and whatever. She don't really mean no, however, but they tell you. The average man out there talk. The man never take that.
Listen, no woman would tell
but he self-aware. He's self-aware. If a man delusional, and he said that, he can still work 2 ways now. He can so delusional in a free mind that when she says, how she that? I jump in the shit that. I'm not even go through the divorce because he's so convinced in a free mind. They hear the shit when he's not, and she might then make a true statement. And then on the flip side that now, one man can delusional to the point now where that not actually happened. But because he's so whipped up that he believe him and now he start, so he end up in a situation like what a man end up in.
No, but what I said is very important in terms of it's not just it's about a wife I tell you that about somebody that you love so much and you so into another and
I agree.
She can tell you something like that. She can tell you something like that.
Don't you know her or not?
Sorry, yes,
do you know her enough to know if she really means it or not? Because again, listen, a woman will tell you, listen, I hate you, wish me dead, wish me never meet you, blah blah blah, and all of this is just because.
Yeah, but those things are different. Them someday you can look past. You can say you say that to anger, but
hold on, Bash. Hold on. I'm not gonna agree with you with that, Bash. Hold on.
Yeah, they crazy.
Hold on. Allow it. Hold on. Bash. I'm not gonna agree with you with that, right? But go ahead.
You're not for agree. I'll say, as if a woman, if me and a woman cause, and she say, if me like you, may hate me a little bit hard, and then kind of someday, I can more accept Jatoven's point of view in terms of those things I said in anger because you know who she be and whatsoever, and you understand you can know she also said that man and whatsoever, and next thing Because there been numerous times when those things have been said, and next thing, boom, after that, action. And action sweet.
Bash, me the quicker forgive my girl. If she tell me that must really small.
That is you.
Tell me that hold on, let me finish. That she wish me the dead, bro. That she wish me the dead, bro.
Yo.
Dead, bro?
Me not
I'm alive, bro.
But
that's what Jay told me to say. That's what Jay told me to say. So that's what I want to know for that way you clarify. You want to know for that way you defend.
You know, understand?
Because
she loves you so much to say that.
If a woman tell me she wish me dead, compared to she wish that situation, or she wish me more that situation, me the quicker take that situation and death, bro. You wish death on me, bro. The one like God give me a wish that he gone because you're angry, and you can't apply the same to that. Come on, Bash.
You missing now. You done? Come on, I'll cut to
Go ahead, sorry.
No, seriously. Barring
everybody attack me, so.
No, nobody attack you, man. Barring that, I can agree, and I would generally agree in terms of if she tell me something like a death and she wish that one dead, and so yeah, all right, cool. I agree with you with that part. But the other part, like me hate you and this, I can look past that, man. You understand? But when you tell me know what kind of man I be. If woman want to call me insecure and all that kind of something, if somebody that I truly love, quote unquote love, my wife that me done with for 8 years and all that kind of something, and she can look at me and tell me that, brother, me can't just
hold on, especially she never said that before.
That's
the point that me try to say to us. Right. That's the point.
Actually,
as a child.
So she said before that gonna make it feel better.
No, you don't understand what she's saying before. No, you don't understand. What I'm saying is again, taking everything into consideration, right? Because remember, everybody getting pointed. Remember me talk about from self-awareness. You talk about from a woman perspective because women take things serious. As I Bash pretty much talk about from this perspective on, hey, me give you trust and love for you could do something that I never see before, and you cut me to the core. So you affect me a certain type of way. What I'm saying to say is, I can more understand Bash and them man's standpoint because all of what we have said would have been still a part of that scenario. You understand? For me, standpoint of just like self-aware, nothing she can say to me, whether new or continuously or before, can affect me. And me don't know who me be as a person. And if you consistently say so, and you annoy me, then we can cut out. But for now, we can handle that. You pretty much try to say, hey, woman, they just chat when I emotional, so me not take you too serious. But it's still a hardcore one level of self-awareness. Bashing them know how a level of self-awareness as well too. But what I'm say is self-awareness to the point where they're so much self-aware and understand their relationship that for her to say something like that, it's triggering. You come from somewhere, you're trying to violate me. I'm not understand for it. So we can understand them.
Why don't we? So then, if that is the situation and those are the feelings that have come to the surface based on the situation, why don't we ask a follow-up question? Why don't? Because I mean, for me personally, you say that to me. I mean, even if in the time out in a heated argument, one of the questions that me asks you is dead serious, big and serious. That's how you really feel. Come and know that I'll vex right now. I know emotions high. I know your settings for hurt me, and me they're setting for hurt you, and so on and so forth. But me want to know that's how you honestly feel. Let's see what she have to say.
Wow, we're talking in hindsight, J.
Yeah, but what she say?
What she say? Punch in the air, you know.
But what she say? What she say? Huh? Because based on the thing that the someone that we were listening just now, he said that she immediately apologized. But the damage was already done.
So then why are we
humiliating her ask?
So no, because she see the reaction from the man.
Yeah.
So you learn to J. Tobin's point. So you learn to J. Tobin's point.
You don't think it was a sincere apology?
You learn to J. Tobin's point.
You not learn to J. Tobin's point.
He said, if you don't think it's a sincere apology.
You believe it's sincere?
If I think it's a sincere apology,
you think so?
It could have been a sincere apology.
But you think it matter?
Exactly as, but it no matter because the damage already done. Whether or not she apologized, that's how she feel. You understand? If me feel me want to thump in your face, I mean, I get bam. When we don't thump in your face, you knock out one of your teeth. I say, boy, I'm sorry, boy. But me want to thump in your face, so I thump in your face.
No, but I understand that.
So you're sorry that the teeth,
but just sorry that the teeth knock out.
No, I understand that. I get that. So what you're saying is that the damage is already done, and I'm with you there because you can't take back something that you done say, right? The damage is already done. But my question is, what is the extent of the damage for somebody that has said, okay, I'm sorry, I understand you got hurt or whatever, but truly within myself, that is not how I feel. But that's not at that point in time. That
how
it
me
really
know that?
But I'm sorry.
The extent of the damage always be based on the receiver. The damage
how me know exactly?
Different for the damage for Bash, different for the damage for me.
How me gonna know that I know you really feel? You can't tell me so, but you just tell me like a while something different. So no, you tell me that and that's not the truth. So which one is the truth?
My last point I want to make on this is that humans are creatures of habits, right? And having been married for as long as I've been married, you see a lot of habits. And where habits are no longer the same, it means that change is occurring. So when somebody starts a change, the way they cost you, that means something serious a change.
That's all I can happily married man, the boy. Oh, you hear the boss say? No, I'm thinking even repeat that. And this time talk in the mic, bro, because you cut out the So repeat that part, so I get the clarity, bro. Repeat that part.
Yeah, make clear, you know? It's in and out? Okay, good. So we say,
good now. Go ahead.
Human beings are creatures of habit. And over the years, you're married for a long time, you observe a lot of the habits. And so when the habits start to change, it means that there's some serious changes occurring. So when somebody starts to change the way they cost you really have to ask yourself, what happened? Because when they start costing different, that means that's a serious internal things that change. Because I don't change the way I cost people and so on. I cost them the same way all the time, over and over and over and over again. So it means that I cost you differently now. That means something internally after a mashup. Because I can't cost you the way we used to cost you. I cost it different now. Serious.
Yo, that come for left field, bro.
Yo, ads, on the me can say, big up to
Yo, the argument done. The argument done.
Forward. No, you big up to you and J to on the air, can just move forward. Business as usual.
We can move forward that.
We can
Yo, listen. Be good, hey, be J to over the Pando side of on the right.
I never came here and profess that me to just take it on the chin like a good sport.
That's your thing.
Yeah.
The man doesn't be a good debater, bro. The man doesn't be a good debater.
He say, woman can talk when they're vexed and so on.
But that's what I'm saying. So I would, I would not immediately act just based on her saying that. I would really want to know. I would really want to find out if that's how she really feels.
But the gentleman said he was trying. Remember he didn't drop the divorce now, but he's saying that he just can't get over that. All what she do and she buy gifts, so the man tell her she can't back. Anyway, that's what say. She bring gifts, so the man even open the gift. The man just say she can't back.
Understand how the brother feel now. Me actually, right here with the brother. Right here with the brother. You know how you feel. Understand how you feel. You feel.
Oh,
when I just know how you feel. I understand how you feel, because
Yeah.
But
I know you're talking. I know you're saying. But what you're saying
tell
is,
people
hold on. No, hold on. But what you're saying is, Jared, is you wouldn't just immediately go to divorce. You'd try to explore the option. That you pretty much up to that point. You with up to that point. But the divorce wouldn't be the final.
What I'm saying is, that in and of itself would not be sufficient for me to go on and divorce. However, if it is a situation, and let's say that is just the first domino that dropped, and just like things just start to kind of go downhill because I feel like how the gentleman feel like, I just not had the inspiration for intimate again because, obviously what you said to me and how you affect me and so, and that it just seemed to fracture everything, and so it can ultimately lead
to it. That is exactly what the man is saying.
I'm not saying it won't lead to it, but that at that point, I wouldn't say jump to it.
Yeah, that's what the guy. If you listen to if you listen to something, that is what the man said. The man he didn't jump to divorce. He's saying that after, even though she's trying all these kind of things, she tried to be intimate with him. She tried to bring him gifts, but it's not resonating. He just cannot get past that. So obviously the relationship is going downhill. So he's wondering if divorce is where he should look to now. He didn't even say he make up a mind for divorce. He just say he think about if a divorce. That's why he go ask his brother and his sister what they think, because he's
what you
looking.
tell her we are what about. He put know why you can't live with and what you can't live with.
Yeah, well, well, he tried. He's trying to be a good spouse.
Well,
but at the end of the day, as I tell people, you know, tell people there's something partner. Make your boy, make your Bexy be, and tell people there's something.
But as I said, I think what I said like encapsulates everything, all the angles that we touched, because pretty much within that whole statement there at the end of the day, you still can come to some conclusion that straight divorce it isn't grounds for divorce. It just depends on who you be as a person and how self-aware you are, and how emotional intelligence and huge part of playing this as well, because you have this is
emotional intelligence, Melo. The emotional intelligence in this scenario is you don't tell people those things. And that you have emotional intelligence for no. You know, tell people there's something on both sides. No man for utter than something to no woman, and a woman for utter than something to no man. Because there's no positive outlook that can come out from that when you tell somebody that. Make you always see.
But Passy, know the emotional intelligence part of this is you don't tell people those things.
Yeah, that's what we be. That's what we be. You know,
but hold on. But who is looking for something positive when you're cursed?
Wait a minute. You look for positive. You can look for positive things.
You look for positive when you're cursed. Yeah. You're trying to be people. You're trying to say.
You can tell people something for them change.
So let me ask you a question. So you want.
I'll get for this last one.
The woman vexed and the woman frustrated, right? And like I said, she emotions will get the best share, whatever. What I want you to tell you? Oh, your foot so think when you take off your shoes at night time. Okay about that. The woman have to tell you something that gonna make you feel even a portion of the hurt or the ridicule that she's feeling inside.
Because she has
emotional
intelligence. That's why she has no emotional intelligence.
Well, she probably lacks emotional intelligence. I will agree with you there.
Because the man is not saying anything even remotely close to something like that.
Well, he rang to say that he don't what? How he start off?
A finance is them cost for now.
That's me. Never talk about money.
He rang to say.
Can't get everything you want.
No, you don't always get what you want. You always want.
Yo, maybe in my Bible, right? I'm gonna think Proverbs chapter 18, maybe as a Jacob can help me. 18 or something.
Got you, yeah.
And he said, it is better to live in the corner of a housetop or in a deserted island than to live with a quarrelsome woman. You check? So as a man, you're in a course.
Yo, I'm gonna shoot no one tonight, boy. What done?
A facts.
Hey, good.
You check?
When I say bash, what you say? The passage say what? What the chapter be?
I'm thinking I 18 also. I did chapter 18 also. One 19.
In which book?
Proverbs.
And what you say?
It's better to live in the corner of a housetop and to live on a deserted island. Or in the desert, not in the desert island, to live in the desert than with a quarrelsome woman.
Proverbs 21:9.
Oh, you see? As God look for. As God look for.
A couple is more than one, you know. But I want
Yeah, couple of them. Yeah,
25 as well.
What you say?
25, 24.
Yeah, what you say?
Straight over there as a God boy.
Where one? King James or New International?
New International.
New International. Better to live on a corner. Better to live on a corner of a roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife.
Yeah,
no, we pick them again. They freeze up.
Okay, so better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. The King James says it is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman and in a white house.
Okay, just for the CEO. All right, fellas. So we come to the end of another Ignorance is Undefeated podcast. Great energy, great vibes. The salt continue to stay consistent. Hopefully, I get banned for this episode because I'm going like I didn't know.
It's a business, and you have Photoshops on different clothes for now and get another episode out of this.
No, I mean, this man weird. I like man, I live in the bars, conversations, man. What do guy about? Yo, you see what man can just, you couldn't remember this end of some of the so. Yo, this is the Ignorance and Undefeated podcast. No, I'm not do that again, boss. I said at the end of every episode, about with ignorance, because Jay told me my ignorance, boss, and that's what man have to deal with every single day. I'm just consistently lose, brother.
Come out.
Where they say no, boss?
I'm going to tell them I say, remember, if you don't know, like up the like button. And just rub out the share button.
Facts. So remember to like, share, subscribe. It's been almost a year and I never said that. So somebody tell me now for the channel to grow, I have to remind you people to like, share, and subscribe.
Like most of the people are gonna start pause. We're just gonna pause for 2 seconds and give you one chance to like, so you don't miss nothing.
Yo, that's not a bad idea. But I got 3 minutes in the pause. Yo, share boss. Like, but yeah,
man.
Real, no, help the community grow. Invite other people so I can stretch the discussion and stretch as far as I can stretch them to. Any questions? Post them up, add them to the comment section. Where's it?
I got plenty link for this one, yeah.
Whoa, pause that. Why? No, you know what I'm gonna start? How much lashes is supposed to like Dr. Umar? How much lashes he deserve for that pause the bat?
Boy.
550,000 lashes. But say less. Again, don't battle with ignorance because it's undefeated, fellas. Jay Tobin, any last words? This might be the last time I see you due to the things that you said in this episode.
Let me tell you, I said far too much, you know. But if my
time would say.
What? I'm out.
Bravo. Bash.
Peace, love, and prosperity, yeah.
As.
Even overseen. Life is unfair, but God is good.
Every time.
Stay away from a quarrelsome woman. Yo, as Carter would say, I'm out.
No, I don't Carter say. I don't Carter say, like a candle. I'm out.
Yo, go easy. Yeah.